South Korea has firmly rejected the notion that it could pay $350 billion to the United States as part of a trade or tariff negotiation deal, dismissing the suggestion as unrealistic and unfeasible. The statement came after former U.S. President Donald Trump, known for his hardline approach to trade during his previous term, claimed that Seoul should contribute such an amount in order to secure preferential trade terms with Washington. A senior aide to South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol responded sharply, clarifying that the figure is not only beyond the scope of South Korea's financial capacity but also inconsistent with the principles of fair trade relations between allies. The Republic of Korea cannot and will not pay such an astronomical sum. Our trade agreements with the United States must be based on mutual respect, reciprocity, and shared economic benefit, not coercive demands, the aide told local media. Trump's proposal and its implications. Trump has a well-documented history of pressuring allies, including South Korea, Japan, and NATO member states, to shoulder greater financial burdens in their defense and trade relationships with the United States. During his presidency, Trump repeatedly argued that Seoul should contribute more for U.S. military presence on the Korean peninsula, at one point suggesting a five-fold increase in host nation support payments. This latest claim, framing a $350 billion payment as a condition for tariff relief, appears to continue that pattern. Critics argue that Trump's approach risks undermining long-standing alliances by reducing complex economic partnerships to transactional deals. Trade experts note that South Korea is the United States' seventh-largest trading partner, with annual bilateral trade surpassing $170 billion in goods and services. Seoul is also a key player in global technology supply chains, particularly semiconductors, batteries, and automobiles. Demanding a lump sum payment, they say, is economically illogical and politically damaging. South Korea's position. Officials in Seoul stressed that the U.S.-Korea Free Trade Agreement, course FTA, revised in 2018 under Trump's administration, already addressed many of Washington's concerns regarding market access and trade imbalances. Since then, South Korea has increased imports of American agricultural products, liquefied natural gas, and military equipment, contributing to narrowing the trade gap. South Korea has continuously acted in good faith, making adjustments to ensure a balanced trade relationship, the aide emphasized. Any suggestion that we should pay hundreds of billions of dollars simply to avoid tariffs disregards the principles of free trade and the commitments already made by both sides. Economic stakes. The controversy comes at a time when South Korea is grappling with global economic challenges, including slowing exports, rising energy prices, and pressure on its semiconductor industry amid U.S.-China tensions. For Seoul, maintaining stable access to the U.S. market, its second largest after China, is vital. Analysts argue that Trump's rhetoric may be intended more for domestic political consumption than as a serious policy proposal. Still, such remarks inject uncertainty into trade diplomacy. The idea of a $350 billion tariff deal is not grounded in economic reality. But even floating such a number can rattle markets and complicate negotiations, said Park Sung-ho, a trade economist at Seoul National University. The alliance factor. Beyond trade, the United States and South Korea maintain a strategic alliance rooted in shared security interests, particularly in deterring North Korean aggression. Experts warn that linking this alliance to outsized financial demands risks eroding trust. South Korea has been a reliable ally for decades. To frame the relationship as a transactional exchange of money for security or trade concessions diminishes the strategic value of the alliance, said Victor Cha, a former White House Asia advisor. Looking ahead, as the U.S. heads deeper into its election season, South Korea is bracing for more unpredictable statements from Trump, who continues to dominate Republican politics. Seoul's strategy, observers say, will likely focus on reinforcing ties with both major American political camps, while emphasizing the mutual benefits of their economic partnership. For now, South Korea has made its position clear: $350 billion is not on the table. Instead, officials stress the importance of dialogue rooted in fairness, respect, and shared prosperity. The alliance between the Republic of Korea and the United States is far too important to be reduced to unrealistic monetary demands, the presidential aide concluded. We remain committed to constructive engagement, but we will never accept conditions that undermine our national interest.